don't have to do the traditional route to be successful. Hey y'all, it's Kameron Monet coming to you guys with a new video. So this is part 4 of a 4-part series here on my channel, talking about my journey becoming a lawyer influencer, as I like to call it. So if you haven't seen part 1 or part 2 or part 3, definitely make sure you guys check the description box below, and I'll also try to link them in the cards throughout the video. So really quick recap, I talked about why I decided to go to law school, my journey through law school, taking the bar exam, passing the bar exam on the first time, amen. Also, I talked about practicing employment litigation, quitting that firm boldly in the middle of a pandemic. It's okay, I'm fine. And then now I'm going to talk about what I'm doing now and what I plan on doing the next few months and well into the future. So if you're interested in that, just keep on watching. So why and how did I bridge the gap between my love for law and my love for social media influencer marketing? Honestly, it kind of just happened. And I feel like a lot of people say that, and it's kind of annoying for people that are like, girl, we want to know the tea. We want to know how to do it. We want to know. But it really kind of just happened. So I've always loved social media. I've always loved a creative space in general. So loving the law felt so distant. It felt like there's no way that I can make a connection here until people started really making a lot of money online, and with that comes contracts. Whenever there's a partnership or a collaboration, there needs to be a contract, period. Let's just put that out there. But once bigger companies or even smaller companies in general started to realize, wait, there's a lot at stake here, we need to have some contracts in place. And then creators, a lot of times we don't have access to attorneys or lawyers or just this information in general, like big companies or even smaller businesses may have that access to that information. So my creative friends would come to me and I was like, oh, well, I've been doing this for years, because I unknowingly started to learn not only the terminology that I started to read within those type of contracts, but going to law school, I was like, wait, it's giving more knowledge. It's giving, I have a different level of expertise now that I can add on along with a specific specialty such as social media influencer marketing. I'm literally next to my creatives, whispering in their ear saying, girl, don't sign that because of this. And I'm able to do that, and I love that. Once I realized there was a need there and my friends were asking me, I was like, wait a minute. Wait, let me see if somebody will pay me for this, okay? So I had somebody pay me, and I was like, oh wait, people are gonna pay for this service? People wanna pay me to hear what I gotta say? Well, okay, technically YouTube, but like, this is different, okay? I've been on YouTube since 2014, so going into like a full-blown entrepreneur business type setting, consultations, all that was so foreign to me, and I was like, no one's gonna purchase, no one's gonna buy. People are on social media, they don't care about the contracts, they don't care about the terms, they don't care. People care. And if you don't, you should. I feel like I'm going on a rant, but let me just say this really quickly. If you are working with a brand, if you are working with a brand or a company, corporation, I don't care if you're working with another creator, you need a contract. So I started getting paid for consultations, and I wasn't sure how to charge for that. I wasn't even sure if this was something that would like be long lasting. Like, is this something that I could sustain for a long time? And then in that same sentence, I was like, wait, do I have to have a law firm? Do I need to get malpractice insurance? How do I do this? What do? I just quit my job. Oh my God, what am I doing? Ah! You know? It was such a crazy transition, and I'm talking really about the first like 3 to 6 months, honestly, that I was navigating the entrepreneur space. I knew there was a need. Like I said, I really knew there was a need. I knew that people wanted that need from me. Not everybody, but there was people, okay? People wanted the need, okay? People out here asking me for help. So I was struggling with trying to figure out, what does that look like with systems? What does that look like in a practical sense, right? And I was just like, I have no idea. I'm trying to make sure that I can put food on the table and keep a roof over my head. So I'm focusing really on brand deals, because that was my #1 source of income, and honestly still is at this point. But I was trying to find a way where I could shift that. My goal is not to only do brand deals. I love them. I love being able to work with brands that I love. But the goal is to be able to, of course, have my consultations, and now the Creative Law Library, I have a name for it, be my main source of income at some point. So I was like, okay, what the heck do I do? So I tried a lot of different things, and I mentioned some of these and listed them out in part 3, but such as social media audits and helping lawyers navigate the social media space and so many other things like that. But I honestly just didn't feel fulfilled with that. I felt like I was just all over the place, and I didn't have like a specific thing that people could come to me about. So when I first started doing the contract aspect of influencer marketing, I of course was doing consultations, I was reviewing contracts, I was reading a lot of terminology and just really trying to understand how to perfectly craft a contract and what does that look like on the legal side. So I don't know if you guys know, I did launch contract templates like in the beginning when I first quit, but I took them off the website because it's not that they were bad contracts. They were great contracts. They were just so lawyery, right? So I thought that's what I had to do. Like, I thought I had to be a lawyer first. And I realized I didn't. And it wasn't going to decrease the value that I had as a lawyer. It wasn't going to take away my degree. It wasn't going to take away my expertise. But I felt like I was too lawyery, and that wasn't the point, right? I wanted contracts to be accessible and to be understandable to anybody. I didn't want it to be confusing. Like, I hate reading a contract that's confusing. I'm a lawyer, you know what I'm saying? So I took it out, I literally deleted it off my website, and I was like, no, I'm gonna put that on the back burner. Let me focus on some other things. And that's really when I started to do like clarity calls and consultations, got rid of the social media audits. I may bring them back and just have them specific for law firms, because I think niching down, as all entrepreneurs say, is so important, but it's so scary, it's so hard to do. It makes me feel like I'm ignoring everyone else, you know what I'm saying? So that's another topic for another day. Anyway, so I'm bringing the contract templates back in a whole different way. And I knew when I would bring them back, it had to be so different than the first time, meaning shorter, easier to understand, okay? And that was my goal, and I think I really accomplished that this time. I'm gonna talk about specific launches, but there's one of them that will be launching today. Hi, if you're watching this video, you should be able to purchase my contract templates. I'm really excited, and it's really a compilation of my knowledge from law school, my knowledge as practicing in employment litigation, my knowledge of reading my own contracts, reviewing my own contracts. I've never had anyone review my own brand deal contracts. It's been me. I take that time to take risks on myself, and sometimes I lose a contract because I'm trying to do like an experiment for my future clients. I use myself as a guinea pig. I've also reviewed, now at this point, probably over hundreds of contracts from various different clients. Shout out to my clients, shout out to my recurring clients. I love you guys so much. Shout out to everybody that has trusted me in a clarity call, trusted me on a contract consultation. You guys have no idea just how much that really means to me, because when I'm reviewing a contract, and as nerdy and as corny and as whatever this may sound, I feel like I'm in my zone. Like, I feel like I'm killing it. Like, yes, Lawyer Bae. No, seriously. And I genuinely enjoy it. I love it. I love everything about it. It makes me feel like this is my way of giving back to the community, creative community. As we know, or if you don't know, a lot of black creators are getting, I was about to cuss, but a lot of black creators are not making as much as other creators. It's a lot of times because we're too timid. They know how to ask for the amount of money. We need to ask, and we deserve. So a part of my contract consultations and a part of what I do with navigating this space isn't just the law, right? Honestly, I lean more on my expertise as an influencer marketing consultant and understanding how social media works and understanding how to navigate that space versus just the law. The law is a nice added bonus that gives me some credibility and some extra expertise when I'm reviewing the contracts. But I'm mainly a contract consultant, right? I'm mainly just consulting, not a lawyer. And it took me so long to like let go of the, I have to be a lawyer first, I have to be a lawyer first, I have to be a lawyer first, I have to have a law firm. And I was like, no, you don't. You don't have to do that. You do not have to do the traditional route. And I preach all the time, like, I'm a non-traditional lawyer, non-traditional that, you don't have to do traditional. And then there I was struggling with tradition and staying in it. I didn't even realize, again, within that 3 to 6 month period was such a transformational phase for me internally, mentally, emotionally, physically, but also my business. It was scary. I just felt like I didn't realize I was still putting myself in the same position I was trying to get out of. I was stressed, barely sleeping, all of that while juggling my 9 to 5 and entrepreneurship. And then I finally had just the entrepreneurship, and I still was struggling. And I was like, this defeats the purpose, what's going on? And I realized it's because I was still trying to move in the same way. I thought I had to be overly productive, overly tired, overly busy all the time in order to be successful, and that's just not true. It's just not true. And it's the hardest thing for me to accept. Maybe it's a Virgo thing, but like, I felt like I had to be in the rat race in any settings for me to be successful or look successful or whatever the case may be. And I don't. Spoiler alert, you don't. I'm able to make more money. Let's keep it 1,000. I'm able to make more money. I'm able to focus more on my mental health. I'm able to focus more on my family, friends, relationships, etc., and live and still be successful. and still learn and still constantly be a student in this entrepreneurship game and in the influencer marketing space and in the lawyer space. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. And it was just like a realization that took forever. I feel like that was kind of a rant, but let me know in the comment section below if you felt that, But yeah, so once I got out of my head, honestly, and also out of other people's heads, I was taking too many opinions. I've said this in other parts of in part 1, 2, and 3 probably. I was taking everyone's opinion and trying to apply them at the same time. I had amazing experts that I've consulted in over the past year that I've been in entrepreneurship. Wait, happy 1 year! Woo! Okay, so by the time this video comes out, it'll be like a couple days away, but September 25th was my official last day at work because I put in a 2 weeks notice. So I put in the notice September 11th, so September 25th, 2020 was my official last day. So happy 1 year to me. But once I stopped the noise and really just sat down and started right back where I started before I quit, I wrote down what I like to do. I wrote down the skills that I have. I wrote down what careers that I desire to have. I wrote down my goals. I wrote down life goals, career goals, relationship goals. And I also made a list of like the woman that I want to become. I'm not sure because it's super personal to a certain extent, but I just wrote affirmations as if I was that woman. So the woman that I desire to be in career-wise, relationship-wise, and it was just like a light bulb went off. Like, you don't have to do all these other things, girl. If you like contract consultations, do that. If you don't want a law firm, don't do that. So what I decided to do instead is the Creatives Law Library is a digital agency with in-house counsel. We have lawyers, i.e. me and other lawyers that we outsource to. I don't have to do the traditional route to be successful. I mean, boom, mind blown. And it took all that, honestly, y'all, probably in the last 3 months is when I had the most clarity in my business. So it really took almost a year to get here where my money's coming in better. I'm maintaining my budget better. I'm getting better opportunities. I feel a lot more clear in what I'm doing, and I'm so thankful and blessed, but it took a long time. So if you're a new entrepreneur and you're watching this, or you're a lawyer and you're like, I want to navigate this space, you're a law student, like, I do not want to do traditional route. Girl, how did you do that? Patience, time, work hard, but make sure you're pouring into yourself while you're doing all of the things. Like, that's why I'm so heavy in self-care, y'all. It is so important. It is so important. If you are not at your best self, if you are not performing at your optimum level, it's probably because you're lacking in other areas. Are you eating healthy? Listen, I love a good McDonald's meal every once in a blue, but y'all know that I try to maintain other days. I try to make sure that I'm making more conscious decisions, more healthy decisions, and I'm not mid-diet, child. We ain't gonna restrict too much, but I try to make healthy decisions, and I try to do that throughout my entire life. Not just in food, but also in relationships, boundaries. Say no. Say no, sis. They will figure it out, I promise you, okay? It is not do or die most of the time. So yeah, that was another rant, but basically, the whole series been a rant. I just can't believe all the opportunities I've gotten. It's really crazy. I had a vision board, and on there I wanted to, well, you know, you write something on a vision board, you like print something out, you be like, but if it don't happen this year, that's okay, like, just to like make yourself feel better. That was me. I was like, I always wanted to host a CLE, and a CLE is continuing learning education credit for lawyers. It's required in Alabama to have a certain amount, and I was like, man, like, if I could host a CLE, like, about influencer marketing, I would feel like that girl. And I did. And the opportunity came so much quicker in life. I'm thinking like I'm gonna be 2-3 years out of entrepreneurship. No, I hosted it earlier this year. I think it was like April or May or June, somewhere in there. I hosted a CLE for lawyers on how to navigate influencer marketing as a lawyer. What? I can't believe it. I've had amazing podcast interviews. I've done several speaking engagements, all types of things in person and virtually this year, and I'm just overwhelmed. I don't even have the words. I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude and just thankful. Like, God has been moving in crazy ways. The brand deals that I've been getting lately, I could cry. It's just like, wow, like brands that I would think don't even know who I am. Like, okay, they probably don't still because they influence agency mine, but still, like, it's amazing. Clients that have 20 times the amount of following as me, asking me questions about their contracts. Talent management agencies with managers asking me questions about contracts. What? I'm saying all this because it's like, not only is it something that I love, and it's something that I feel like I do extremely well. You know what? Cross that. It's something that I know I do extremely well, but it's something I like. It's crazy. I feel like I'm in like a daze. I love y'all. And all of this started with me in my bathroom in college, talking about, hi y'all, my name is Kameron with a K. It's with a K was my channel name. Doing my hair and makeup, bad lighting, on my iPhone like 1. And here we are, you know, years later. And whole lawyers, full-time content creator, full-time influencer, navigating the influencer marketing space as a lawyer, entrepreneurship, period. Like, I just feel like, what? Okay, but let's get into the good part, right? So today, my website for the Creative Law Library has launched. I'm actually deciding to revamp Kameron Monet as well. Eventually, I'll have someone else do it, but it was done by yours truly, hi, me. I use Squarespace. I really love to use, not this piece of hair on my face. I really love to use Squarespace. It's super easy to use. I love their templates. I actually love the 7.1 version now. The templates are easier to use. You can customize your palette as far as your coloring. Super easy, so definitely check out Squarespace. I'll leave a link down below. Not sponsored. If they want to sponsor me, hello. So on the Creative Law Library, I don't want to spill all the tea. I know you're like, girl, we've been 4 parts, are you gonna tell us? Let's just say I have high expectations for the Creative Law Library, not just the website, but in general. I have a crazy dream goal for it. I have a crazy dream goal for me. Maybe write a book. I don't know. I'm just so excited, but on the website, I will have contract templates, so I will leave a link down below so you can check that out. Of course, I'm gonna have a contract template about brand partnerships. Okay, I got you, sis. So if you are a creator, influencer, entrepreneur, and you're working with another brand that doesn't have a contract, you will be secured. And of course, I made sure that this contract has the influencer in mind. So I put a few things like a late fee clause and things of that nature that will really help you out with these situations. I want, again, for everything to be accessible. So I have to charge because a girl cut like a coin, but also it also to me shows the level of expertise that I have and I know that I have. So of course it's gonna be a little bit pricey, but I also want to make it reasonable to a certain extent. I have a cease and desist letter on there as well. Also, I will be launching something really, really special. I mean, this idea came to me when I first quit and I was like, I don't know if anybody's interested in that. And I have just been getting sign after sign after sign. And God is like, girl, if you don't, and I'm like, I need a more signier sign. So for lawyers and law students, I have something very special for you. It's called the Lawyer Influencer Accelerator, Leah. And what it is going to be is a 7-week course. It's gonna be live, but it's gonna be videos included as well. It's gonna start in January. It's my first cohort of this type. I'm going to be sharing things I've never shared online. I'm going to be literally bringing you step by step of how you can not only become an influencer, work with brands, how to navigate that space, how to read the contracts, how to get in front of the brands, how to make more money, how to sustain that money. But also, if you are wanting to get in this space as a lawyer and work with other influencers, entrepreneurs, and content creators, and how to help them as well. So I'm really excited. If you're interested in that, the sales for that do not start yet, but definitely get on the email list, one for Creative Law Library, and also get on the email list for Leah, Lawyer Influencer Accelerator, if you're interested, if you're a lawyer or a law student. I'm so excited. I'm gonna pour my literal heart and soul into that. As I do with everything, sales, here's a little plug, sales for the Lawyer Influencer Accelerator start Black Friday. But if you're on the email list, you may or may not get a quick, maybe sooner. Also on Creative Law Library, I will be spilling exclusive tea on industry news. I will be giving you guys tips and tricks as influencers, entrepreneurs, and content creators on how to navigate the space, whether it's contract tips or social media tips, media kit tips, rate sheet tips, percentage tips, exclusivity tips, all the tips, okay? I will have the tea in the newsletter. So definitely make sure you guys are subscribed to both of those if you're interested in that. I feel like I can finally, yay! I'm just happy I can finally say it out loud. I've been literally holding in the Lawyer Influencer Accelerator thing for like months. I was gonna say years because it feels like it. Months. I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it, but 7 weeks I think is good. We'll meet once a week live, other training and things within there. You guys will get templates. I don't want to tell too much, just know it's gonna be good. I'll talk again about that closer to when the sale starts, but it starts January. It's the first quarter. I plan on having 2 each year, so in the first quarter and the third quarter. But of course, you know, you never know what happens, so let's just focus on the first one, and it's in January 2022. Oh, before I forget, I also have a masterclass I'll be hosting. If you don't follow me on Instagram at Kameron Monet and the Creative Law Library, I always share when I have specific things such as a masterclass or speaking opportunity, etc., that you guys can join. So it's coming Tuesday. I'm going to be talking about all things contracts. If a brand doesn't present you with a contract, and if, let's say, you're not ready to invest in a contract template, but you want to know what you should absolutely include, I'm going to be sharing that and exactly how it looks, showing you screen share. Girl, we're going to get into the tea about it, okay? So I want to make sure that those of you that are like, I'm just not ready to invest, still have some type of resource. The masterclass will be Tuesday, September 28th at 5, is it 5 or 5:30? At 5:30 Central Time. So definitely make sure you guys check down in the description box below so you guys can get the link. So stay tuned to all my social media platforms. Make sure you got your notification bells turned on, sis, so you're not missing the tea, the legal tea, the influencer marketing tea, my life tea, all the tea. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. This has been a great series. I probably do some more series. Just let me know in the comment section below what you guys want to see. Any questions, comments, concern. I need to do like a updated Q&A probably after this, but I love you guys so much. Seriously, thank you so much for supporting me and letting me live my dream. I feel like it. That was real deep. That's real dramatic. But seriously, also make sure you guys check the description box for all the things that I mentioned. CreativeLawLibrary.com, contract templates, and Lawyer Influencer Accelerator, so you guys can be up to date on those things. Follow me on all the social media streets, and I will see you guys in my next video. Later. Oh, subscribe, thumbs it up, all the things. Bye. Okay, got the blazer on. Talking about, nope, redo that. This blazer is literally giving like, play with somebody else, don't play with her. Join the mail list, launches. Great, that's it, okay.